In this movie, we're going to look at some additional tools that you may have noticed earlier and show you how to use them. Stepping inside the Additional Tools project file, we're going to go up to the pull-down menu where we've been using our selection tool and our trim tools and our positioning tools. Well, there's three tools that we have not addressed: the blade, the zoom, and the hand tool. And the keyboard shortcuts for these are fairly obvious: B for blade, Z for zoom, and H for hand. So if we go to our timeline, and I want to cut a clip in half. Let's say I'm working on this clip and I want to either cut it in half to remove part of it, or maybe I want to cut it in half because I want to put an effect on one side but not on the other. I simply would switch to my blade tool, and if you notice, my cursor now turns to a small razor blade, and wherever I click, it would cut the clip in two. Now let's switch over to the zoom tool by pressing the Z key. Now every time I click, I actually zoom in on my timeline. This is the same thing as doing Command plus or Command minus. But in some cases, if you're prone to using a mouse than a keyboard, this is nice to know. If you hold down the Option key, the zoom turns from a plus to a minus, and I can zoom out. And finally, we're going to look at the hand tool. But for the hand tool to be effective, I'm going to need to zoom in a little more so that I don't see my entire timeline. Now that I'm fully zoomed in, I press H for the hand key, and if I grab my timeline, I can actually move it left or right and basically scroll through the timeline without having to use the skimmer or the playhead. Now let's go ahead and zoom back a little bit, and I want to show you one more really cool keyboard shortcut. It's called an extend edit. So to zoom back using the tools that we just learned, I'm going to hit the Z key to switch to my zoom tool, hold down Option, which turns it into a minus, and I'll zoom back. Now this is where it gets really fun. Go ahead and switch back to your selection tool, which is keyboard shortcut A. Now if I wanted to extend this edit point to where the playhead is, all I have to do is select the edit, move the playhead to where I want that edit to end, and hit the keyboard shortcut of Shift X. And it will automatically move my edit point to wherever the playhead is parked. I can extend and edit outward, adding frames, or if I want it to move back, perhaps I want it to end precisely when the music ends, I can snap my skimmer to the end of the music. With the edit point selected, I hit Shift X, and it repositions the end of the clip exactly where I want it.